Fighting video game bosses is one of my most anticipating things to do when entering a level. I can't wait to see what type of boss Nintendo has designed for me to fight, and trust me, Nintendo has came up with some brilliant boss battles. But as we look at Mario boss battles today, we look at the ones that maybe were not so brilliant. Now, the bosses on this list don't necessarily need to be super tough. They can be either annoying or super easy, or they can be extremely nail-biting difficult. But the reason they're on this list is just because they're not fun. They're not fun to fight. You dread them every time you replay the level or replay the game, and they just drag on. One quick thing to note, though, is I didn't really include any of the Mario Brothers games, such as the new Super Mario Brothers titles, because they all really had similar boss battles. You jumped on the Koopalings and you try to get the axe from Bowser. There's only one Mario Brothers on this list, and obviously you could probably already predict what it's going to be, but I had to exclude those because they're too similar, and, you know, let's face it, none of them are that much fun. But I also excluded any of the RPGs, such as Paper Mario or Mario & Luigi, as they will have separate lists in the future. So without further ado, let's get into the list.
Here we go!
So kicking off our list, we have Major Burrows at number 7 from Super Mario Galaxy. This boss sucked for me. I just hated the way it worked. You had to butt bounce to the ground right beside where he's digging. So he would pop up and then you had to hit him. This was all fine until you get to the last hit. It is the most annoying thing because he gets super close to you and you have to butt bounce at the most precise moment. It's not necessarily an extremely hard thing to do, but when you're doing a speedy comment where you have only one life as well, it's really annoying. You have to wait for the exact second he gets right up to Mario's boot, butt bounce, and then he runs away at speeds unbelievable. I mean, the dude turns into Sonic the Hedgehog and sprints around the planet, and then you have to repeat the process over and over again until you get the right momentum to hit him. I don't know. For me, this just sucked. It wasn't that fun, and it seemed really short. You know, the first hit, which was the practice hit, counted as one of his 3 lives, and it just sucked that it just wasn't fun.
Here we go!
Torque Drift from Super Mario Odyssey was one of the coolest concepts. I mean, you was in this wooded kingdom and this alien type of flower robotic creature comes in and it makes the whole sky gloomy and his little like robot companions start floating around. You get a real sense of like this alien vibe in a Mario game, which is super cool. You fly into this dome, and just to find out that this boss is so underwhelming. You use these uproot creatures, and it seems like it's a really good concept on paper, where you have to shoot up and hit his targeting systems in order to take down Torque Drift himself. But when you try to take out the systems, it's really incredibly easy. They coat themselves in these gray bricks, and all you have to do is shoot up through the middle every single time. I mean, they try to make it look like it's complicated by round 2 and round 3, but it's just basic shooting up through the bricks. I mean, sometimes it takes a little longer, but that's it. I thought you would have to find some unique way to go up and maybe hit one block to go back down, move over, hit the next block, you know, but it's just straight up, hit the blocks, and then you go shoot him straight up in the air. It is the most simple, most easy, most basic concept for a boss, and I was so let down because this had the most potential, I think, out of any of the Super Mario Odyssey bosses, and this was just a letdown to me. For number 5, we go to one of my favorite video games of all time, being Super Mario Sunshine. And the lead up to this boss is so great, but the payoff is so little. Yes, I'm talking about King Boo from Serena Beach. So pretty much, there's some ghost haunting the hotel, and you have to find a way to stop them. You have to find the source, and they're all narrowed it down to the casino. So you get there, and you find King Boo, and he has a little slot in front of him, and you're like, okay, this could be kind of cool. This could be kind of unique. It's terrible. It's already pre-rendered so that you never can have 3 really good chances in a row to win. It always mixes them up into some type of pattern. The first time you'll get it, the second time you won't. The third time you won't. The 4th time you'll get it, the 5th time you won't. The 6th time you won't. The 7th time you get it, and it just keeps repeating it. And you'll have to fight off of entourages of enemies, and they'll just come, and they're not really that difficult, they just bother you. The little cataquacks will flip you up, those stupid shocking turtles, I mean, it's just so annoying. And the concept of the boss is just so bizarre. You gotta throw a pepper in his mouth, and for some reason, you gotta throw a fruit in his mouth next to hit him with it. I don't know why that ever happens. What? And for number 4, we don't leave Sunshine. We're right back again. But this boss is even more tedious, believe it or not, than King Boo. I had to put this on the list because as a kid, this tormented me as how hard and just how creepy this was. So Noki Bay is covered in poison, and you don't know why, but you go to investigate by the waterfall. You get in the water and you find the poison is all from this nasty stuff from the eel's cavity. Yep, a eel has cavities and you have to clean it while underwater, keep that in mind. So you're spraying water on a eel's teeth while underwater to get rid of the poison cavity. It's weird, but so pretty much you have to wait for him to spin up, open his mouth, and you have to spray his teeth. Well, the thing is, all you have to do is get the real teeth. The other teeth that are already decayed and dead, they'll just float away and it's a waste of your time, which means that you'll probably be cleaning teeth for a while. And considering the fact that there's about 20 different teeth in the eel's mouth and you only need to get about 7, you'll be spraying away at fake teeth for hours. And it's just long. I mean, and considering the fact that he tries to suck you in as you're doing this, he doesn't even try to let you help. He tries to grab you in, and you're trying to clean his teeth, he'll suck you up, spit you out, and then at the same time, you're losing oxygen, so you have to keep getting bubbles around the map and coins, and it's just so annoying. You can't just focus on the fight. The water physics are kooky and weird. It is so tedious. After all, Mario is a plumber, not a dentist. Coming in at number 3, we have the Bowser boss battle from Super Mario Galaxy 2. Mario Galaxy 2 did everything right. I mean, it literally took Mario Galaxy 1 and expanded it beyond its horizon, and I love it for that. The boss battles got better, everything got better, except for Bowser. I mean, Bowser really downgraded. His boss battle is so boring. You don't hit him, you don't fight him, you don't do the cool little twist punch on him. Instead, you take floating planets and you shoot them at him. That's as far as the concept goes. It's really not creative at all. He punches the planet, shoots up the planets, you shoot the planets at him. That's it. And then he goes into phase 2, so you're thinking things are about to crank it up. No. Instead, you're just still shooting planets at him, just in like a little vortex tube. With Mario Galaxy 1, the Bowser boss battle had variety, especially the last one, as it changed up completely. There was multiple different phases, it took multiple 10 times as many hits. I mean, Bowser would transform into a rock where you had to hit his face, and then he'd transform into a rolling spike ball where you had to hit these plants into him. And then you had to get into the final battle where you made him jump into these, glowing tubes of fire, and then he would run around the planet and you would hit his tail. But this time, it's just nothing like that. It's a letdown is what it is.
Here we go!
Coming in at number 2 is my main exception to the rule I had earlier about the Mario Brothers games, but I had to put at least one of them to sum up the rest. It's what started it all, the original Super Mario Brothers Bowser boss battle. You simply jump over Bowser and you hit the axe. Now, there's not much for me to say here. The reason why it's not number 1, because I can't make it the worst boss battle in Nintendo or in Mario history, because it's more iconic, if anything. It is how it started. They had to start off at a basic route, I understand, but it has to be on this list simply because it is boring, it is easy, and you're just not fighting a boss. Other games at this time did have boss battles. There were boss battles in Sonic the Hedgehog and Crash Bandicoot and all type of games coming out around this era, so Mario Brothers is not off on the hook. This was just a really bad boss design, and it just, the fact that you can't hit the boss at all, you just jump over him to hit a switch or to hit a button, that's just not fun to me, and that's why this one came in at number 2. For my number 1 worst boss battle in Super Mario games, it has to be none other than the king himself, King Babam. So, this one was terrible. Let me tell you why. A beautiful stage, a beautiful world, with many things to do in it, but you get to the top of the mountain just to fight this boss, and I, as a kid, was shocked. My mind as a kid was, okay, pick up the bomb and toss him off of the mountain. That would be something that you'd want to do to hurt him. So I kept tossing him off, and back he kept coming, and I was like, what do I do? And I think I accidentally tossed him, and I missed the ledge, and he ended up hitting the ground right in front of me, and he ended up taking damage. And I heard the little speech bubble and everything. I was like, wait, hold on. This is how you hurt him? You pick him up, and you just drop him back on the ground. You literally almost just set him back on the ground that you're currently on. That's the boss battle. You do this 3 times, and it's over. You don't even really get killed by him. He will pick you up, and he'll toss you, but even if he tosses you off the mountain, you could just make your way back up, or if he tosses you just on the platform at all, you just, you know, slide and get back into the battle. I know it's the first boss. I understand that, but oh my goodness, it is so bland.